أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي ربنا زدنا علما آمين يا رب العالمين. Welcome to lesson number 82 of our study of Balaghah. Today inshallah we are going to continue with Al-Badi. And Alhamdulillah, we started with Al Muhassinat Ma'anawiya. Today, inshallah, we are going to study about Tafriq, that is the separation, or we can say it is the contrast clarification. So, let's see what is a Tafriq. We know that Ilm al Badi is about beautifying speech and in terms of both the wordings and the meaning. So, we started with Muhassinat Ma'anawiya. We know that there are two types of enhancements or beautifiers in Ilm al Badi. Muhsanat Manaviya and Muhsanat Lafziya. In Muhsanat Manaviya, Alhamdulillah, we have so far done At-Tawriya, At-Tibaq, Al-Muqabala, Al-Mura'at, Al-Nazir, Al-Istiqdam, Al-Jama, and today, inshallah, we are going to continue with At-Tafriq. So, Tafriq is, as you can see in its definition, the Arabic definition, إيقاع تباين بين أمرين من نوع واحد في المدح أو غيره. It is the act of separating or distinguishing between two matters of the same category. For the we can say that for the purpose of the praise or criticism or any other contrast. So it's like praising and like dispraising both at the same time. So let's see. So we can say that it is a part of this Muhassinat Manaviya, and also this style is very subtle yet extremely effective in revealing the distinctions and the truth, especially it is used in the Quran and the Arabic poetry. So, in other words, we can say that the two things of the same type are mentioned together, but then a clear distinction is made between them to show a difference in status, quality, or outcome. So, a very beautiful example here in Surah Shura, we can see وَالشُّعَرَاءُ يَتَّبِعُهُمْ غَاوُونَ أَلَمْ تَرَ أَنَّهُمْ فِي كُلِّ وَاحِدٍ يَهِيمُونَ وَأَنَّهُمْ يَقُولُونَ مَا لَا يَفْعَلُونَ إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَذَكَرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا وَانتَصَرُوا مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا ظُلِمُوا وسيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. So here we see, and the poets only the deviant follow them. So, and in the last line, we see that it's written, except those who believe, do righteous deeds. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, do righteous deeds, and remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is like, here it is. وَذَكُرُوا اللَّهَ كَثِيرًا. So, like, remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala much. So, and this ayat follows. So here we can see that here all the poets are mentioned, especially I translated this part and like this part, like here all the poets are mentioned first under one category and criticized for being followed by misguided people. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes a tafriq distinction that there is a special group of poets who are believers, who are righteous, and who are God conscious. So they are not like the others. So the same type poets have been used here, but different qualities and different rulings have been applied for this same category. So here you can see وَالشُّعَرَاءُ يَتَّبِعُهُمْ غَاوُونَ, and then we have إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَذَكَرُوا اللَّهَ, and like this the ayat continues. So here we can see the translation, and it says that this and it shows that this sharp contrast has been made, and that makes the rhetorical style of the freak so effective here. So this is kind of differentiating between you can see that the type is the same, that is the poet, but they have the different qualities and they have different rulings for them. So and then we see that here also here anta إذا جدت ضاحك then abadan wahwa إذا جاد دامع العين. So you when you give are always smiling, but he when he gives his eyes are full of tears. So anta إذا جدت ضاحك abadan and wahwa إذا جاد دامع العين. So both are the givers We know that here in this example, this is the same one as this one. And here, this part and this part, we can see both are the givers, the same action, but the manner is contrasted. We can say is different. One gives generously and happily. Here you can see anta iza jutta dahikun abadan wa huwa iza jada damul ain. So here they both are givers, but also we can see the action of giving, but the manner is different. One gives generously and happily, like smiling, and the other gives with sadness and with the burden. So here the separation between similar people highlights true generosity versus pretended generosity. So you see how the freak has been made, and why this is very important in rhetoric, because it shows not everything that looks similar is truly equal, like we saw in this example, and then we saw in this example as well. So it shows that not everything is similar when it is looking similar, but it's not truly equal. Also, it brings out hidden differences in a poetic and a very powerful way, and also it helps clarify meaning, especially in praise or criticism. And also it teaches us to look beyond generalizations, like here the two givers and here the poets, like this is the general category, but we can see that there's a lot of difference in their behavior, in their you can see in their manner. So why is this the freak so important in rhetoric? We learn about them that first of all, it shows not everything that looks similar is truly equal. So just because two things seem the same doesn't mean that actually they are. So the freak helps out the difference between them clearly. So this is important thing we learn about the freak. And as we saw that not all the poets are misguided. Some are believers, some are writers. They are all write poems, but their intentions, their effects are very different. So like that. So again, also we saw that it is bringing out differences in a poetic and a very powerful way. Like instead of saying these are not the same, Arabic language uses beautiful contrast to show this. It makes a listener just to pause, just to reflect and admire the precision of the words. Like here we see the example: you give while smiling, and he gives while tears in his eyes. So same action, giving but different hearts behind it. So that's a strong message here. Also, we see that sometimes you want to praise one person and criticize another, even if they are doing similar things. So the freak lets you do it like that in a very clear and respectful manner. So poets in general may mislead, but believing poets use their poetry for good. So it teaches us to look beyond all of it. Like the freak trains us to not judge things just by category, like all the poets and all the actions. So we learn to look at the intentions, results, and values before making conclusions. So not all who look alike are the same in truth. So we are going to think deeper about it. So the freak is when two or more similar things are mentioned, but then clearly separated to show a difference in meaning, behavior, value, or outcome. So we are going to find this tool often in the Quran, like where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala clarifies truth versus falsehood. Like here, also in the Arabic poetry, where just fine comparisons are made between people. So this is all about like about the freak. So here then we see that we learn about the Jama, that this section was about all the words that are gathered together in one ruling. But the freak is like it is also like two affairs or of the same type are mentioned, but again you see that they are separated clearly by their attribute between them. So like it can be like insulting and like praising someone. Also, this is the example for the freak, like here, خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. So we know that Shaitan made this. statement, like you created me from fire and you created him from clay. This is Iblis comparing himself with Adam alayhi salam. Both are created beings, same type, but he highlights the difference in origin to just claim his superiority. So here the freak is used by Iblis to argue, even if falsely, based on separating qualities between two beings from the same creation category, we can say. Then also we can see another example here. You can see وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ آيَتَيْنِ. So here, and we have appointed the night and the day as two ayat, we can say the signs. So again, then it continues from Hauna ayat al-layli waj'alna ayat al-nahari mubsira. So as we erase the signs of the night and made the sign of the day bright. So both night and day are the signs, but their functions are differentiated, like contrasted. Like night, it no, its sign was erased, like it became dark, and day, its sign was made illuminating. So same category, like they are the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but the different outcomes are highlighted deliberately. So this is all about the freak. Inshallah, next time we come across a sentence that compares two similar things, we are going to ask ourselves, like, are they being treated the same, like a jama, or is there a tafriq being made? So, jazakumullahu khairan wa barakallahu feekum. I'll see you inshallah in the next session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.